do you think it's too woke?
Okay, I have very strong feelings about how people use the word woke.
Yeah.
Because they've bastardized what woke means. So if you want to just call me the N-words, just do that and say, if you want to say a show is too niggerish, just do that. I'd rather you say that than say that the show is woke. I don't care about your views on wokeness, on DEI. If you just want to call us all jigaboo bunkies, fine, do that.
That's what it's given.
But
Maz, when you're ready, just give me a couple of lines.
What did I have for breakfast today?
Did you have breakfast?
I had a
today?
salad. A
salads.
salad.
What was in the salad?
Yeah, exactly. What's in
Cucumber.
For breakfast?
Yeah.
Salads?
Salad.
Not even...
Nothing like with a little bit of like mushroom, like.
For breakfast?
Yeah, I know.
What kind of breakfast salad is this? I thought you were going to see something like pomegranate and like some...
Pomegranate
like
in
with
salad
fruits.
slaps, you know.
Heavy.
I just recently discovered that. I was like, oh shit, this slaps.
It's like little bursts.
Yeah. You know what? I can eat salad for a good time. If you
There's
keep that in there.
pomegranate.
But the thing is,
keep that in
like,
there.
it gets all up in your teeth. That's the only annoying thing.
Oh yeah, it does get.
That is the
really
only
annoying.
annoying thing.
That was some
Famine.
flavorful.
For the flavour over the
Yeah.
taste.
Some feta cheese.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, okay. I know I'm going after.
Balsamic vinegar and feta.
Mm-mm.
You don't like balsamic?
I'm not a fan of vinegar at all.
You don't put vinegar on chips?
No. Hell
You
no.
don't put it on fish
Hell
chips?
no. For what?
That's what you meant to put.
No.
That's what it's made for.
No.
So you put it on fish
No.
chips. You put salt on it.
Like salt. That's it. That's all it needs. I don't need no vinegar. Maybe some mayo. That's it.
No
No
ketchup.
vinegar. That's
No.
crazy.
When there's mayonnaise.
I don't like vinegar.
Vinegar's disgusting. Vinegar
I
literally...
mean, it is disgusting.
No,
but you meant to add it to stuff.
No. Okay, listen. You can mix it in something. As long as I don't taste it, I'm good.
Nah,
Don't
you
make
put-
me
you-
taste
you
it,
put
don't make me
salt and
smell it.
vinegar
Nah,
on your
So what's
nah.
the thoughts on tartar
Nah.
sauce?
I don't mind tartar sauce, but it depends on the tartar sauce. It has to be good quality tartar sauce.
Yeah. Oh, you only like the bougie
Man,
stuff.
The
Bougie.
bougie, yes.
He's bougie than
Yes.
tartar sauce.
Yes,
Even the same tartar is bougie within itself.
exactly.
I said no vinegar. That's crazy.
What means crazy?
That's crazy.
What, do you like vinegar like that?
I like vinegar on fish and chips because it's made for vinegar. The chips are like nice
Nah,
and crispy and soft.
nah.
You put vinegar in, it soaks it in. I swear.
Nah.
Imagine you fucking with vinegar.
It depends. It depends on what type of fish I'm having.
Oh,
No.
Maz is bougie,
It's
man.
ruining the
Fuck
fish.
you,
You're even ruining the
That's
fish.
bougie.
You say he's putting on
Shut
chips.
up, recording.
You're ruining the fish.
It depends on
Nah,
it.
you're
Because
ruining
like
it.
what you do
You're
is you
ruining
do
it,
a
man.
combination.
You ruin what?
You're
the
ruining
chips?
it. You're ruining the chips. You're ruining the fish.
And you're putting your little light salt in it.
Yes,
and meal
more salt. Back, like mix the back together, and then you're good. And then you put some mayonnaise on the
we're
side.
gonna have a real
Done.
conversation. What is your fish and chip order then?
Fish, like it's chips, light salt, either a saveloy, a jumbo sausage, or cod.
Okay. No mushy peas.
No.
Yeah, mushy peas. Mushy cheese slaps. No curry.
No. On my chips. Nah, listen.
Wait.
Listen, I'm British.
No,
listen,
but you put
listen,
curry
nah,
in
listen,
a little
listen.
pot and
I'm
you dip
British, but I'm not British, okay? I don't put no curry
God
sauce
damn.
on my chips. Nah.
Man, free
Nah.
nationality out there.
Nah. Don't put no mushy peas.
That's
Don't put no
crazy.
curry next to my fish
Not
chips.
on it, but you
Near
go
it,
on the side.
around
side.
it, to adjacent to it, perpendicular to it. Nah.
Oh, shit.
Nah. Just give me my chips.
That would have fucked
Give
you
me
up.
my fish or my jumbo sausage, and I'm good. I'm easy.
This is the most
Go,
British
I'm-
conversation.
Go.
Wait, so you're putting what? Your curry on your... Nah, see?
Yeah, 100%.
See? Nah.
100%. Put it to the side.
Nah. Oh, you're dipping it in?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, well, the curry sauce. No, when we went Manny, I had it all over my chips.
See?
All you do is dip, bro. It's in the side.
Nah, man. Nah.
Go.
Okay, I can even give it the dip, but then you want to add vinegar on top of that as well.
Yes.
Oh my god.
This guy's having his
The flavors in
Going
your
through it.
mouth are just fighting each other for... okay.
It's right.
Okay.
It's right. It's cool.
I'm fine. Like you, that's not fine. I'm good. I'm good with my fish and chips. You're doing
Go.
something else.
Go.
Is it go shorty?
It's your birthday.
Yes.
We go party like it's your birthday.
It's my birthday.
Go and sip a card
Like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give a fuck if it's your birthday.
Find me in the club, bottle full of bar.
Hey.
You will find me in the club with a bottle full of bar.
Hey,
You will
it's
find me.
Machiavelli's birthday. Yes. Machiavelli, how you feeling in this building?
Let's not talk about any numbers, yeah?
Oh wow. Okay.
Let's not
okay.
talk about
okay.
any numbers.
Disclaimers
Okay.
already.
Yeah.
I was gonna start off with no numbers. I was gonna say no.
No,
numbers.
I mean, I was gonna poke for a number. I can't lie. Like, what we talking? Like.
I am 21
Okay, we'll take
Again.
that.
We'll
Okay.
say that, we'll say
Alright,
that.
cool. Fine.
21.
again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still
Mhm.
get ID'd for like being 16.
You
so
Don't
You do.
listen,
I've
everyone.
seen it. I've seen it.
like for energy drinks.
I still get ID'd.
You get ID for energy.
I
drinks.
get ID'd all the time. And sometimes I take it as a
You know
compliment.
what it is.
but...
You do look young.
Oh, here we go. Nah. Listen. I know how old I
But
look.
you're tall.
Yeah.
But you do look young.
And you know what? These
You
youngsters
look,
be
you
looking
look,
quite...
you look like a young person that can be seen as old but young.
Yeah.
I'll take it as a compliment. It's fine. It's fine. I'll take it. It's fine. I'll take it.
Because you know what? These youngsters be looking a lot
They do.
older.
They do.
So you have
They
to,
do.
you have to like double check
Yeah.
and be like,
And you look like you're one of them.
And everyone has a beard.
Yeah.
trust.
Like everyone has a beard now. So
And
it's like you
and
don't even know.
Full beard. It's not like bum fluff.
Yeah.
It's like, what's
why
going on?
that's indirect.
Just looking at you.
No,
like
that's
that.
I was
You
looking
look at
at you because I knew you were gonna cry about it. I knew you were gonna cry about it.
Well, yes, guys, welcome to another episode of the Outtake Show. This is episode 62, the show where we give our outlandish opinions within the movie and TV world. We've got the host of the most, Man Junior's in the building.
Come
of
on.
course, you already heard already. Mazzavelli's in the building. Happy birthday to Mazzavelli. Make sure you hit her in the DMs or the social media. Let her know. Say happy birthday, and that's it. Just say happy birthday. Don't say too much to her. You know.
It's just
okay?
it'll only
Not
take
too
me
much
like
talking.
it'll take me to like
Not too
48
much
days
talking.
to actually reply back.
Oh,
But
damn, you're doing people like that. Fair enough. But yes, that's not all we have in the building. We've got a guest in the building here. We're trying to get in for a minute now. So
Yeah.
pleased and happy to have him in the building with us today. It's Timi from the Nerd Council.
What up? Thank you.
Yes, Timi. Welcome.
What's up?
It's a pleasure to have you here today, man.
I'm excited for this.
We got a lot of stuff to go through, man.
Mhm.
Should we go through? Oh, wait. Before we actually go through the topics, we have a question to ask all our guests that we have
Go on.
coming here. What is your outtake?
Oh God. Okay, so I've had this on my mind for a while. Yeah.
Oh shit.
People are gonna hate me. Heath Ledger's depiction of the Joker
Hey.
is the only good thing about all three Batman films.
okay.
That's scared. Yeah.
It's the only good thing
Oh.
about all three Batman films.
Oh.
Directed by Christopher Nolan. Now, Christopher Nolan's a great director, don't get me wrong. But
Oh.
all three Batman films
Yeah.
are only held up by Heath Ledger's performance. And in turn, his death. If he didn't die, the hype around those three films wouldn't be as great as it was at the time.
I mean, he ain't wrong.
That's a goddamn outtake for sure.
But
Are
he's
you
not
so are
wrong.
you willing to say that the Batman?
Is best.
The Batman is the best Batman film today. It's the best Batman film today.
You
It's
have one.
not up for contest, not up for questioning, not for
You
up
have
for
one.
consideration. It is the best Batman film to date, the best depiction of Batman we've had on screen to date.
Yes.
Period.
I know there's no
Period.
wrong or right answer.
No.
to
This
fulfill,
is.
But you have common sense.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Period.
Oh,
It is the
shit.
best Batman film we have had. Everything is, I won't say it's perfect, but everything is just A1.
Yeah.
Just chef
Yeah,
kiss.
I agree.
Chef kiss,
Oh,
done.
shit,
And that's why everyone likes the Penguin so much.
True. Although,
Oh shit.
Oh.
I like, don't get me wrong, I love the Penguin, I really did. But I feel like there was a bit of a disconnect to the Batman film. That I
what
think,
sense?
not in the sense that we needed Batman to show up, but I feel like the events of the Batman film could have been brought up a little bit more within the series.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see. What you mean.
Just a little bit, because it has such an impact on people, and while the flood happened, sure, just a little bit more touching on everything else that kind of happened around it. Could
It
have just,
definitely went
Yeah.
more Sopranos, mob ties.
yeah, which
Yeah,
is still good,
but-
good.
Batman's still in this. Have you seen the memes of where Batman's like chilling, just having fun?
Well, I mean, what's he gonna do? He's recovering from.
Absent
Do
gal.
you know what I
Then
mean?
he's Doc Martens.
Yeah, he's thinking about his Catwoman going away and leaving him behind. He's
Yeah.
Turn around and die.
He definitely went emo vibes.
Oh,
But
God.
I actually agree with the outtake, man. That was a good outtake.
Thank you,
I don't
thank
mind,
you.
man. It was scary. It's going.
I mean, if you disagree, let me know. But you're entitled to your wrong opinion.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You're not gonna make me budge on that one.
Yeah.
I'm stubborn.
Pew
so-
pew. Sorry, I got
Period.
the sound effects on my-
I know you wanted to say period. It's okay. You can say
Did you
it.
say period? He was
I
say
said
period.
pew,
Okay. Pew periods. Okay, too. Both. All right.
Period. All right, so we're gonna go through news now. So what we have first is Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yes.
This is an animated show that just premiered on Disney Plus. So I
Yep.
believe from recording, 2 episodes are out, maybe
Yep.
possibly 3.
Just 2.
Just 2, yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 episodes are out right now. I've seen both episodes. I believe Timi's seen
I've seen
both
both.
episodes. What's your thoughts on it?
I surprisingly liked it. It was very refreshing. The fact that it's an alternate timeline Spider-Man, I think, was good because it allowed for them to explore and introduce all these new characters that we haven't had before in the Spider-Man universe.
Yeah.
There was a lot of black characters.
Bruh.
There was a lot of black characters.
And
Wait,
that's why.
speaking of which, because they have so many like alternative, new changed characters that are black,
Yeah.
do you think it's too woke?
Okay, I have very strong feelings about how people use the word woke.
Yeah.
Because they've bastardized what woke means. So if you want to just call me the N-words, just do that and say, if you want to say a show is too niggerish, just do that. I'd rather you say that than say that the show is woke. I don't care about your views on wokeness, on DEI. If you just want to call us all jigaboo bunkies, fine, do that.
That's what it's given.
But I think the show's great. I think the show is, the showrunner's black. So I'm surprised they even allowed them to have that many black people in the show to begin with.
Yeah.
But to be honest, Norman Osborn, Harry Osborn, they've been black since day one. The Waves. The Waves alone.
Those
the Waves alone.
I remember, what was it? The animation one in like 1970.
From Dave,
Had
even
waves,
in the comics.
and it was
bro,
white, like-
he had waves.
Oh,
He's
you
black.
had waves as well?
Yeah, there was a
black.
run that we had waves too.
Oh,
There's a comment panel where I think it's either Harry or Norman is dead. The skeleton has waves, bruv.
Have you
The
seen
skeleton
the
has
meme?
waves, bruv.
Have you seen the meme where they put waves on the one that
What's his Willem Dafoe?
Willem Dafoe?
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
And it looks
James
perfect.
Franco.
It looks
Yeah,
good.
I saw that.
It looks-
That
it
was
works.
funny. That definitely works.
Insert that in post.
Yeah, but at first I was kind of skeptical about it. I wasn't convinced with the animation style at first.
I thought there'd be a lot more of the kind of comic book panel splits.
Had a few.
There was a few, and I think that was enough.
Yeah.
Because what I didn't want to do is have my eyes
Yeah,
darting
yeah.
from left to right all the time,
Looking around.
trying to catch what's in one panel and what's going to the next panel, type of thing. But no, it's a good start. It's a good start, and the fact that Norman Osborn is the mentor this time round,
Yeah.
and
that was sick.
he knows his Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and we're getting tech Spider-Man as opposed to like natural Spider-Man, where like the weapon is coming out of like
Him.
Yeah,
him.
out of his body.
Yeah,
Which was
I think it's a really good direction. I want to see more.
definitely.
I do want to know how it's going to link to future MCU projects, because obviously they said it's linked to the MCU,
Yes.
although it's a different timeline. I just
there
want to know.
was rumors about, of course, Common Domingo plays Harry Osborn. There was talks about him possibly doing a post-credit scene in Thunderbolts or one of the films that's coming out this year. I don't know how true it is. Obviously, it's a rumor, but obviously, Common Domingo spoke with Marvel a couple months ago, talking about his plans of being part of the MCU.
I mean, because he plays Norman.
Yeah, sorry, Norman.
Yeah, he plays Norman in the animated. Yeah,
Yeah, he plays Norman in the animated series.
I see. Would the waves work on him? I don't know.
No, he has. He's had it in
I thought
He had it briefly
but he
in
can't be his hair, I don't think he
The
can.
Madness. It was on Netflix.
He had waves in that, innit?
Yeah,
He had a
like
I don't know
the
if it was
do-rag,
close
but
enough.
you could see the waves coming through.
It was close enough. It was
Yeah.
close
Would you
enough.
want the waves to be like natural waves, or would you want the waves to be like really like protruded from the head?
No.
Like you wouldn't like.
I need natural. I need natural when he's talking. He just takes a brush and his pocket. He goes, "Hey, Spider-Man."
You know, like that Usher music video where he takes out the brush from real quick, does his beard.
Yeah.
That
100%.
energy.
Yeah, I want that energy
Yeah.
still. I think Common Domingo can do a good job with this.
I think he could. It'll be interesting.
So obviously we just spoke about his comments about being woke. Of course, the main actor that plays Spider-Man in the animated series. Obviously, before being casted into the film, he was scared apparently of it being too woke.
Then he read the script and he was like, "I'm fine with it." I'm like, by you lot's definition of woke, this thing is woke like all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, I
feel
don't
like,
get it.
I feel like people are okay with being, with the lack of diversity, and then if it's diverse, being like, "Oh, you're making me too conscious. I don't like it."
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting.
And I feel like it's a throwaway word now.
Yeah.
Oh, of course it is.
It's definitely a throwaway word.
Like I said, just call me the N-word.
Yeah,
Like,
because they used it on of course in this animation series, Lizard Man is played Liz Woman is played by a black woman, and everyone's in outrage of the fact that it's a black woman. But in other Spider-Man shows or movies, there's been a female version of Lizard Man, but it's always been a white woman.
Yeah.
And no one,
And then
I haven't heard any complaints about
in
someone
Into the
else.
Spider-Verse, Doc Ock is a woman.
Yeah,
Octavia, I think his name is.
yeah.
Like this is like I'm always a fan of like gender flipping or race flipping characters. I think sometimes it's very interesting to see
Okay.
a
That's an
character.
outtake on its own.
Do you think?
Yeah, a
And
lot
like
of,
when the character
Yeah.
is like
I go against race swapping if the race has a part of the character's story.
100%, I'm there with you 100%. Especially
Yeah.
certain white characters need to stay white.
Yeah.
In my opinion, they need.
Yeah.
For example,
like Benito should be white and Jewish. or
James
be
Bond
Jewish.
needs to stay white.
Yeah.
James, I'm sorry,
I don't need
James
black
Bond
people.
cannot be black. I'm so sorry, people. I need you lot to accept this. James Bond can't be black.
but what about Asian?
Asian? What the fuck's that?
Like a white Asian?
Oh,
Like half white, half Asian.
Oh.
No.
Well, if you've been
he
around
has to be
Hackney,
white.
then there's a few of them still.
No, because I was saying because what's his name, Henry Golding.
Henry Golden.
Yeah, but the only reason I say white is because of the whole espionage part of James Bond.
Yeah.
Like the way white people can navigate and move throughout spaces without being seen as a threat is what adds to the advantage of James Bond.
Sure.
If you've got like okay, picture Casino Royale, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take Coleman Domingo. He comes in suited up, looking suave, everything
she's
else.
getting
Yeah.
clocked quick.
What are you doing here? Who invited you? How much money you got? Let's see your bank account. We need you to have like a sponsor. We need you to have like. There'll be so many checks and balances that he has to kind of tick before he even enters the room
Trust.
that it loses the believability of James Bond.
Yeah.
And I think James Bond's whiteness is what allows him to be James Bond.
Yeah, I agree. Keep James Bond
Keep
white.
James Bond white. Keep him white.
Keep him white.
Keep him white.
But some of them can change though. Some
Yeah,
some
Moneypenny
switch
can
up.
be any race.
Yeah, absolutely. Any of the behind the scenes people can be any race. It's fine. But James Bond works as a white man.
Yeah, 100%. Stay white.
Say Caucasian. It's alright.
That's the only thing you hear me
So-
you say that.
When we're going back to your friendly neighborhood
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man,
Yeah.
what do you think about that whole vibe about hearing this whole it's too woke and all of this stuff?
I think it's dumb.
I just think it's stupid
I
because
like
in this case the wokeness of it is what makes it interesting.
Also,
Yeah.
like, hasn't comic books historically always been a bit woke? Like,
Yeah.
he was
To a certain-
the thing is he
Yeah.
was Spider-Man,
you
but he
change the
wasn't
word.
saving.
You have to
He
change the
wasn't
word.
just saving white people. He
Yeah.
was any man could be saved by.
I ain't gonna
Spider-Man.
be fair, in the episode, yeah, this might be a spoiler if people haven't seen it. Please check it out. It's on Disney Plus to watch. But I think it was the first episode, maybe second episode. But there's a white woman that robs someone, and obviously she gets caught and gets dragged back to the shop.
Yeah.
And then Peter Parker's like, she's like crying and sad, like she's like,
She's
"I
down
did
on
it
her
for my-
luck,
I did
you
it for my
know.
family. I need it for my kids." And Spider-Man's telling the owner of the shop like, let's just give her.
Give her a
break."
chance, let her go.
Bro,
And the pizza owner's a black guy as well.
Yeah.
So he's now looking at her like. The thing is though, I thought he was gonna offer her a job because he had a sign in the window saying they needed someone for hire.
Oh yeah.
So I thought it'd be like, give her a job type thing,
Yeah.
keep the community type vibe going. But Spider-Man was just like, let this poor white woman go because she's
Yeah.
crying, and I'm just like,
I was like,
oh, okay, is that what we're doing?
I ain't
Okay,
I ain't sure about this.
okay.
But I did like I believe I can't remember his name, but he seemed that he's gonna be Tombstone if I'm not mistaken. He's one of the black characters in the show. It really depicts like him being like a smart kid. Obviously he's a jock, so you assume that.
What's his name?
Yeah,
I can't remember his name either.
But he plays like a jock.
His science partner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Peter,
You think he could be Tombstone?
like, people are saying online that his arc is gonna be Tombstone. But
Okay.
I was saying that I like the fact that he was a jock, obviously, but he's a smart kid. And he shows a scene with him going home.
Wait, no, I liked the duality of the two scenes. So you
Yeah.
saw Peter going home and him
Yes,
going
Yeah,
home,
yeah.
and seeing the difference between their two lives, and it was like, whoa, like this is not processing a lot of information for
Yeah.
the audience, but it's a great way of showing the difference.
Yeah, it gave a lot of like mature themes that I kind of like animation shows.
I'm
too.
just glad he's
Yeah.
not a bully. I think
Same.
I thought he was gonna be a bully from the jump, and I thought, okay, here we go, the
I
typical
thought it was
job
gonna be
bully.
the Flash Thompson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
But yeah, I enjoy it. I'm looking forward to more. Hopefully, it ends on a bang. This whole series. Obviously, I think it's a weekly episode,
I believe so, yeah.
show. I don't know how much episodes we're gonna get, but I'm looking forward to see how it goes towards the end. In other news, of course, we've got a bunch of Marvel stuff coming out. We've got Captain America: A New Brave World. We've got Thunderbolts, and we've got Fantastic Four. Once
Yeah.
this episode's dropped, I believe the trailer will be out because it drops on Tuesday. The episode will be out on a Wednesday. But Timmy, I wanted to ask you, of course, your thoughts on the individual movies, but do you think Marvel will make a comeback this year?
Marvel's been quote unquote back since Deadpool Wolverine. That was a point
Okay.
where I think it reignited people's love for Marvel movies.
Yeah.
It got a bit sticky from when the TV shows kind of started coming up,
100%.
and we had a lot of bad movies. We had Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. We had Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
We had Black Widow. We had.
I wasn't mad at Black Widow, you know.
Yeah, like
I
for
wasn't mad at it.
for like them hyping up, like, you know, Black Widow's finally gonna get a movie. It's gonna have Taskmaster, and then it was like, yeah,
It was mid.
yeah,
Quite mid.
but I do think that we're getting back to a point where people can be excited about Marvel movies again, and
Yeah.
I don't feel like people are being too overwhelmed now at the point where there's like a movie and then a TV show and then a movie and then two TV shows and then like two movies coming out, where they have to kind of like almost play catch up, and then they get fatigued from playing catch up to have to now understand what's going on. I think Captain America New World is going to allow people to just come in and be like, okay, new Captain America, what's the situation?
Yeah.
How's it going to navigate it? And then from there, they can kind of like, okay, cool, what's next for the MCU? We've got the Thunderbolts coming up, which I think will be interesting because it's a lot of like, I won't call them B-list characters, but they're very much lesser known.
I'll say they're C-list characters.
I mean, okay, C-list, yeah.
Only one that
Fine.
you can say is there's like Winter Soldier really is B.
I mean, Winter Soldier's going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, so I think that'll be pretty good. But I think the major one's going to be Fantastic Four.
Yeah, Fantastic Four is the one.
Fantastic Four is going to be the one that will decide the future of the MCU for me.
Really?
I
So
think
if it's bad,
if it's bad, I feel like a lot of people are just going to be like, do you know what?
it's over.
It's over. Done.
But I said this, didn't I?
You did say
I
this,
said
yeah.
that Fantastic Four, because it's one of the big ones where everyone loves it. There's
Yeah.
not a person that hasn't grown up being like, oh, Fantastic Four, that's
Yep.
dead.
Yeah, no,
You know,
like,
it's
first
always
superhero
it's a
family.
strong storyline.
Yeah.
So if you flop that, it will be like Fox's version all
Yeah.
over again.
I
If
feel
not
like
worse.
I feel like it's hard to flop it.
You
Like on
say-
paper, it feels like, how do you mess this
You
up?
say that, but Fox flopped it when they tried to reboot it.
But that reboot, so the backstory with that, they got a director that does like horror, like stuff. He's not like a comic book person.
But did it flop?
It did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can, so it's possible. No, because you're here doing. No. Did it flop? Yes. So it is easy to flop it. The thing with the Fantastic Four is that because they are so well known, and they're probably one of the first like Marvel characters a lot of people were introduced to, apart from the
Yeah.
X-Men.
Yeah.
There is a high expectation of what is expected from this film.
True.
The first two Fox films, they were campy, they were kind of corny, they weren't the best, but when looking back at it, they were entertaining.
Yeah.
They were a lot of fun to watch. So there is a high expectation for this film. If it's not good,
Call it a day.
you can't wrap it up and just kind of be like, okay, we're gonna end this phase on like on a high, and then everyone can kind of like get bored of their contracts and let's move on to like the next thing. I don't know, but
Well, I think it will end up being good, to be honest.
I think it'll be good. I do expect it to be good. Yeah, it needs to be good. I want to see a lot of just comedic timing. I want to see a lot of family values in place. I want to see
That's the main thing for me, really.
the how they're gonna do the powers for the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Especially my main concern is Mr. Fantastic and Sue Storm.
Mm.
Johnny and the thing I'm not too fussed about, but those two, I need to see their powers done well and the CGI done well for them, because
What do you mean by well?
if I look back to like the first two Fox films, they did the stretching of Mr. Fantastic pretty well,
Yeah.
and like the invisibility and the force fields of
And
Sue
it didn't feel
Storm.
weird.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it was like out of place too tough.
Yeah.
So now that we've got all this money and CGI and graphics have improved over the years, it needs to be to a quality. I
Yeah.
think
Okay.
that's the major thing.
Yeah. Fair. For me is I just need. Obviously, I'm a typical like action. I need to see
Yeah.
that. I feel like they're gonna handle that, but I just need chemistry between the
Yes,
family members.
Yeah.
yes.
If that's gone, then it's taking me out completely. Because for me, my experience with Fantastic Four is like they're meant to be a family. Obviously, they butt heads at times, but their chemistry is always like quite strong. So I need to see that. Like the banter between the Thing and Human Torch was back in my childhood. Watching it was like the highlights for me. So I need to see that. If that's not there, then it's a write off for me. But I don't think it takes me off Marvel completely. I think I'm gonna be very picky about what I watch.
Agreed.
I already do it already, but it's gonna be so much so that I need. Yeah, it's gonna be very.
It's more like I'm gonna
precise.
go down, research whether the director really has gone and done their business when it comes
Yeah.
to creating something. Because I think we're now in a space where audiences don't want just a film. They want to know that they've gone to the original source or gone some way that shows love to the fan base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you're not knowledgeable about the comics, you want to feel like you know they're pulling from the comics in some kind of way and pulling from the original source material, if you want to call it that, and just be like true to what people expect of a Fantastic Four film to this point. And when I say like it's going to be the downfall of the MCU, I think it's more to do with like casual viewers.
Yeah.
Because the MCU is always going to have, like, I can't lie, me, I'm watching MCU until the end. So if you like ending in 2050 or 2060, I'm still going to be watching it.
Okay.
That's just me.
Yeah.
But for more casual people who kind of dip in and out of it and they see something shiny, want to go watch it, if that film isn't a stellar film production,
Yeah,
people are just gonna be like, I can't be asked to. Like,
and the thing is, if casual watchers go, then it's gonna be hard for them to make Marvel films. It's gonna be very selective.
Yep.
It's gonna be like every 2 years a couple come out. Or
If
so
that.
like that.
Well,
I
I
think
mean, that could be a good thing.
it could be, but it's gonna yeah. We shall see. But speaking on fans' opinions on superhero films, of course, recently James Gunn posted a Superman clip, or a clip of his new release of Superman.
Yeah.
It sparked a lot of outrage. So
Wow, wow.
don't understand
the
why.
last 15 seconds of this clip, it showed Superman flying.
Yeah.
And the fans have gone crazy over it. So a lot of people hate how it looks. A lot of people are comparing it to Man of Steel, saying the flying is a lot better in there. What's your guys' thoughts about people's outrage over?
Everyone needs to go touch grass. Everyone needs to go outside and rub their hand through a nice field of grass because you're doing way too much over a 15-second clip.
Bruh.
The clip looks good. And I think, I don't say it's out of context because it's just him flying, but
Yeah.
I don't see what there is to kind of nitpick and be upset about. Like, I saw there was a graphic someone made on Twitter of like them showing the wind speed and like the direction of the cape and saying that the direction of the cape is wrong or some kind of thing. I'm just like, you people have too much time. Go and touch grass, please. The film.
This is not just a quick reminder. This is fictional.
Fiction.
It's not real.
Fiction.
Like, my guy has laser beams coming out of his eyes, and you're
no,
the cape wouldn't go that way because of the wind speed. Come on, bro.
But it's gone so extreme that hashtag Fire James Gunn has been trending on social platforms. I'm like, you guys really you lot love James Gunn. You love James Gunn.
People are doing too much, bruv. Like,
it's crazy.
I think James Gunn is gonna make a really good film. I
think
think he's gonna make a really good film.
I think so, yeah.
He's a really good director for all his like faults and however I feel about him personally or some other things. I think he's a really good director and he's gonna make a good film. People just need to let him make the film first. You're doing too much over an initial teaser trailer, another teaser of the teaser trailer, and not even letting like things settle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let the film come out, watch it, see how you feel then. But doing all this analysis over a moment where Superman spins through an iceberg, whatever. Touch grass.
I don't understand it. There's so much like essay reports on this 15-second, 10-second clip. And it's like, it's so bizarre to me because I remember the time when we just enjoyed things.
Yeah.
And now it's like, everyone's like critical.
Everyone's a critic.
This thing.
Everyone's a critic.
I don't mind everyone being a critic, but everyone is critical over the most mundane bullshit things to make it seem like they are more knowledgeable than what they are. And it just takes the fun of just going to watch a film or being excited about a film.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of what kind of ruined the MCU at one point, where everyone just became so hyper-focused about things that weren't happening on screen and kind of anticipating things that weren't happening and what should have happened, that you can't even enjoy it anymore because you're waiting for something to happen that's never going to happen or hasn't been discussed.
Yeah.
And like with social media as well, like everyone wants to be the first to like leak stuff and like reveal stuff. And that kind of adds to this whole thing of like analyzing Superman spinning through. I don't know, man. They're just doing too much.
I mean, this kind of leads to our main topic where we're talking about, I don't know if everyone wants to be called a nerd, but like nerd critics essentially are now into the cinematic world or Hollywood, and we want to see whether their opinions are helping build Hollywood to new heights or kind of like bringing it down. I say this because of like, there's a mixture of like a lot of positive side of film critics or nerd critics is Sonic, the redesign of Sonic. People went outraged. They changed the design for it.
I genuinely think that was a marketing ploy. I'm not gonna lie.
I think
it feels like
it does feel like that as well. Then on the other side is stuff like this where a clip will go out, then fans go outraged about it and thinking it should be one thing. the question I'm kind of trying to ask is, what are our thoughts about these new critics? I don't know if I want to call them nerd critics. I did put it on the topic saying nerd critics. Reason I said nerd critics because I feel like it's a mixture of people that are into that comic book stuff that are now getting into the film world, and then their opinions isn't too much on the film, but it's too much on the comic book side of things.
Right.
So it's kind of like swaying people's opinions and stuff. I don't know if you have any thoughts around that. To be fair, you kind of already touched on it.
I mean, I feel like calling them nerd critics is being a bit too kind. Like they're stands. They are movie stands, comic book stands. They are people who have blown out of proportion their love of something and made it almost, I think the word people like to use nowadays is parasocial. They have a parasocial relationship with either a project or a director or a franchise, and then they kind of like pour all this kind of like negativity into anything they don't like.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong in criticizing or questioning or talking about things that, you know, come up in movies or whatever it is, because that's how we build a community. That's why, you know, you guys have a podcast, and that's why I have a podcast, and that's why I have a brand. Because we have a love of movies, we have a love of comic books or whatever it is, but people take it to the nth degree and are almost like talking as if they're the ones who are spending money to make the project happen. They're the ones investing their own time and everything to it. And it's like, just take a step back and just really look at what you're saying and look at what you're kind of like critiquing, if you want to use that word, and just be like, do I really need to put that much effort again into Superman spinning through the air?
Yeah.
Is that really going to affect, you know, my enjoyment of the film if I don't like this 15-second clip? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just doing too much.
They need to open their minds up to like open their eyes up to more like content, opposed to it being a certain way.
It's when, especially because they probably have a passion for the comic book medium, you are envisioning something that ultimately cannot be replicated.
Yeah.
Because what you're having is your imagination versus the real world.
Yeah. And I think that's the main issue, because people that just watch movies are kind of like going to be open to just any storytelling. But I guess when you're telling stories that essentially is already been somewhat told, you kind of want it told in that way, because that's what you probably grew up with, or certain characters being portrayed a certain way that you want to stick to.
It's kind of like Spider-Man when we were first all introduced to that animation style. I won't lie, I was one of them. I was like, what the heck is this? And then I actually sat there and was like, okay, hold on one second. I'm a film person. I'm going to sit there and actually watch it instead of over-analyzing it. And I watched it and I was like, whoa, that was sick. Like, that animation style was amazing.
Yeah.
Some people would be mad how he got his powers.
Like it works for the story they're telling. Somehow it just does. And people are almost like, I don't know how everyone now becomes like this kind of like animation critic, like talking about how like, oh, the animation is great or not. And they can't really explain why the animation is great or not. It just doesn't. They don't like it. I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it. It's fine. But like, don't sit there and be like, you're critiquing like the graphics or like the brushstrokes and all this kind of stuff. When
you use canvas.
like,
Don't talk about graphics. Use canvas, bro.
Like people are just so. Like we talk about, you know, when we do like animation to live action kind of films, and we talk about not being like a shot for shot remake. People kind of want a shot for shot remake of like a comic book story.
That's it.
So as soon as you tell someone that, oh, we're telling, I don't know, for example, I don't know, the new Superman film is going to be a story based on, I don't know what comic book series it's on, but as soon as they hear that, it's like, okay, I expect the film to go a certain way and have these certain scenes and have this certain dialogue, because that's what I read in the comic I read back in 2002 or in 1995 or whatever you fucking call it. And I think people need to just allow for the film to be like, okay, it's going to be a loose adaptation, or it's going to pull inspiration from this comic book, and not expect a shot-for-shot remake of every comic book panel that you read in that comic.
That's the key word, inspired by or inspiration from. Because normally when you watch these superhero films, they normally say it's inspired or from the DC characters or from Marvel characters, and I think people don't take that to heart.
They don't, because they see that and think, oh, okay, then it's going to be exactly how it was when I read it when I was 12 or when I was 14 or when I read it 2 years ago. And if it's not like that, it's going to be crap and I don't like it. And it's like, just tranquilo, bro. Tranquilo.
If you want that Spider-Man, read that comic book, bro.
Like, it's okay.
This movie's different.
Like, it's okay to be like, you know, I read the comic book. The comic book's great. I'd love to see what they. I'm more interested in what they do take as opposed to a shot-for-shot remake. I want to see what. So, for example, one of my favorite like comic book shots is in Civil War Marvel, and they've got that scene of like Captain America and Iron Man.
What, airport?
No, they're fighting each other, and Iron Man is blasting.
Oh
Cap
yeah,
with
yeah,
a
and
shield.
shield. Yeah,
And
that's hard.
they brought that to the film.
Oh, so
That's the kind of thing you want to look for,
yeah.
and that's good. I don't expect a panel for panel remake of Civil War because we'd be here all fucking day for starters.
Yeah.
And two, it's just not the direction they're going in, and you have to just accept it. It's like they've already said the MCU is kind of like, for example, the MCU is its own universe in the comic book kind of universe. So you can't expect every story they pull from or are inspired from to be the exact same thing that you're reading.
I think yeah.
And people still haven't accepted that after how many years of the MCU. So I don't see anyone doing it any different for the DCU either. No one's gonna be happy at this point. No one's happy.
I was thinking about I hate DC fans. DC fans are the worst fans ever. You lot ain't loyal to no one, bro. When Zack Snyder was doing his thing, you lot were trashing him. Then it goes to James Gunn. So and now you want to go back to Zack Snyder.
When
pick your time.
I remember with the internet being so cool. When Zack said he had to take a break from Justice League because his daughter died.
Yeah.
They were slewing.
Yeah.
Oh my
crazy.
God.
It was disgusting.
The abuse I saw that man get on the internet
it was disgusting.
was horrible. Like genuinely horrible.
Yeah.
Then when he said like, oh, it's gonna do the side of it, I was like, oh yeah, bring back. I was like, you man don't deserve this film.
Yeah, you really don't.
You man were so hateful that your film was getting delayed because this man was going through bereavement. And all of a sudden, he's like, "Oh yeah, Zach, we love you." No. And now it's gone back to Zach, we hate you because for reasons whether they may be. And now it's like, "Oh, we love James Gunn." It's like this is horrible, man. People are just horrible.
Disgusting.
Nah.
Disgusting. I don't know how we fix it, but hey, man. At least we know we're good.
Stop it. Get some help.
Please. Touch grass. Honestly, touching grass is so good for you. It really is. Honestly, I encourage you to do it if you can. Please, honestly.
Timi, what we got is a quick fire round.
Go for it.
For you. So I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions, and you say either or. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Go.
Sweet or salty popcorn?
Sweet.
Christian Noel Dark Knight trilogy, or Spider-Man trilogy?
Spider-Man trilogy.
Trailers or no trailers?
Ooh. Trailers.
Blockbusters or indies?
Blockbusters.
Star Wars or Lord of the Rings?
Star Wars.
Tom Holland or Timothy Chalamet?
Tom Holland.
Hugh Jackman as Wolverine or Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man?
Thank you for having me on this podcast. It's been great. God. Robert Downey Jr.
X-Men joining the MCU
Yeah.
or DC fixing their universe?
X-Men joining the MCU.
Zack Snyder or James Gunn?
James Gunn.
PC, PlayStation 5 or Switch?
PlayStation 5.
Calm. You did that. That was like
Okay.
shit. You didn't even think about that too much. Still, there was a couple that.
I like me to switch my PS5 every day, man. Yeah.
I thought you'd be a Switch guy. Still.
Nah, I got a Switch. I actually bought it with me, but yeah, no. PS5 all day, man. PS5 all day, man.
I didn't try to make PS5 portable. Or trying to do
like what? PSP?
Like a PSP.
Well, they so the PlayStation Portal is what they've got now. It's a handheld thing for like cloud gaming, whatever. But they are looking to bring it so you can have games on the device to play on.
Yeah.
And I think they're slowly gonna migrate to them bringing back a PSP type version, console, which I'm hoping because we'll do one.
Yeah.
I think it would work. It'd be good.
Why was PSP? PSP was hard.
I think it was.
I have the one where you flip it up and then it has the board at the bottom.
Is that the Xperia?
It's no, not the Xperia, the one before that. Because there's two. There's two. So there was one where you flip it up and it had a board and it's just.
And it was. I don't know. I'm doing that.
Yeah,
But
it was literally just that.
No, I know what. I'm just doing this. Yeah. If they bring the PSP back, it'll be good. But I just hope they're not trying to compete with Nintendo in the handheld space because I think Nintendo have that kind of sorted. What they need to do is be able to give us AAA or AA titles on the PlayStation Portal, whatever you call it, and still be able to deliver this kind of games on PS5 or PS6, whatever you call it. But yeah, if they do it, great. If they don't, I'm easy out of the way, man.
Fair. We're actually going to a part of the show where we just do a deep dive into yourself, and of course, the council. But seeing that we just talk about games and stuff, it would be good to understand, like, what would you describe yourself? Because it seems like you're into movies, you're into games. I'm sure there's other stuff as well.
I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd. I'm a proud nerd. I wear that badge. It's a badge of honor for me. Like gaming, comics, anime, TV, film, science, tech. I'm all about that kind of stuff, man. Like it's taken me a while to kind of like embrace it as a whole, especially growing up and going through all the kind of tribulations that typical nerd people go through. But
yeah, but you know what? Nerds are up, you know.
I mean, they've been up. They've been
I
up,
mean,
man.
like in society's standpoint,
Yeah.
like before saying a nerd had such a negative
Oh yeah.
connotation behind it, but now it's like there's so much black nerds out there that are like super successful and also don't seem to be like the cliche like how movies and shows used to depict nerds. Like nerds are like essentially, obviously it's corny to say, but can be cool
I mean, I guess nerd properties have become such a big thing. Again, the MCU, the DCU, even things like Star Wars, and even Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, all these kind of like
Star Trek.
things that nerds traditionally love. Even things like even AI and like the tech space.
Yeah.
Those things have now become popular and cool to kind of learn and be part of. And I think being a nerd has always been a cool thing. It's just that people have just been a bit scared to embrace that because their personality may have necessarily matched their interest in a sense. And I think one thing I've always realized about being someone who is nerdy is that being a nerd and then having a shitty personality are not like the same thing, because there are a lot of nerds with very shitty personalities who blame their circumstances for being a nerd, which is not the case. Like, just because you're running around the playground like Naruto and, shouting Kamehameha on the playground and all this kind of things doesn't mean, or isn't the reason why, people aren't gravitating towards you or girls aren't talking to you. That's a big one in the community at the moment. That girls aren't talking to me because I'm a nerd. That's not the case. But yes, today, bro. Yes,
that's
yes.
not possible.
As of yesterday, yes.
You say it's as if women ain't nerds.
Yeah, it baffles my mind every time. It baffles my mind.
Just one gender.
This whole thing of like women aren't attracted to nerds because nerds are just not cool, or the women that say they're attracted to nerds are lying, or the women that say they are like into nerdy shit are liars. And just like, again,
which is really true, because I saw, was it Megacon? That was on last weekend or two weeks ago.
Yeah.
It'll be 2 weekends for anyone watching. And I saw a girl that she was dressed up as Jinx. She was a black girl, and someone was like, "Oh, that was a really cool outfit, but like you're black."
Hey! Oh, that's another one. Yeah.
So it can be which is really interesting.
No, because being a black person and cosplaying as a character who's not black, big issue.
Really?
Big issue.
Wait.
Big, yeah.
You have to break this one down to me because
So the main one I've seen is when black people cosplay as anime characters. That's the big one.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're not Japanese or you're not white is an issue for people because you're cosplaying as a character who is Japanese or white.
So and then you see this a lot with.
And are they lit?
But they're lit, but it doesn't matter though, because the fact it's a costume, isn't it?
Yeah,
so it's like
it's not
they're
like
not real.
It's not like I'm white and I'm dressed up as a
And
black
also,
character and I
but even
make
that's
myself black.
Okay, see,
Exactly.
You're not paying your.
But I'm not paying myself as white, even dressed up as white characters.
Right.
It's not white chicks. Like I'm just playing the character. That's
and
crazy.
So,
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's an interesting thing. So that kind of just reminded me about Megan Thee Stallion and how she had her whole Crunchyroll thing. And then people being like, "Oh, like you're not really a real dweeb. You don't really watch anime like that." And it's like, if you actually watch her music videos, she's sticking to the source.
You can be good looking and be a nerd. What's this negative connotation that nerds have to look a certain way?
But this is what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people, when they grew up as nerds and they grew up as the people that weren't cool or weren't seen as attractive, whatever. Now that people have either grown into their nerdiness and are confident in themselves or have a good personality, whatever, the people who are still on the outliers of that are now like, well, why? No one likes me because I'm a nerd. No, again,
no one likes you because you're annoying.
Because you're annoying, or you're a misogynist, or you're a dickhead. Like, choose one.
So many struggles, and yet you're still here.
You're still here. But no, I listen. I love being a nerd. Like, I don't shy away from it at all. And I feel like, I hope my kids are nerds. That's my own thing. I hate for my kids to be like, Dad, I just don't like being a nerd. I'm like, okay, you can.
I think by the time you have kids, like the word nerd will be such a normal phrase.
I don't think so. I think it's always going to be an outlier.
Really?
Because I think even when you look at things that are outside the typical nerdy stuff, you've got book nerds, you've got, cooking nerds. Like, it's very much
like
attached
history
to history nerds. It's going to be attached to having like a very
niche, specialized interest.
I think
that's where it's explained. Yeah, fair.
And like ultimately, I think that what we're going to get with nerds in the future is that people are still going to be placed in boxes.
100%.
So, like, for example, being a black nerd, it's really hard because people are like, oh, you're black, you're meant to be like this.
Yeah. That's
So
a big
it's
one.
always going to exist.
And then even within like the blackness space, it's like you're black and you're meant to be
Like this.
or you're meant to watch,
Yeah.
or you're meant to like.
Yeah. That's crazy. Well, speaking of nerds, of course, you have a platform called the Nerd Council.
Yes, I do. Yes.
How did you go about making that?
So it started off as a podcast. Back around when like I want to call it like the UK podcast boom kind of happened, when you had like your 2 shots of tequila kind of started up, and the receipts kind of started up. We were like, we want to talk about nerdy stuff outside of our DMs, because like it was like a group of us who just used to talk about comic books and stuff all the time in DMs, and we're like, let's start a podcast. Podcast started. It's gotten a lot of good traction over the years.
Nice.
But at one point, I think it was maybe about, I want to say 5 or 6 years ago, I was just like, I want to do more.
Yeah.
I want to kind of expand more about what the Nerd Council is and what we represent and what we can do. Which is when I dipped into like more content creation side of stuff, reviews, gaming stuff, social posting, that kind of thing, community events, online and offline.
Yeah,
type
so
thing.
you did that. Or you're doing
We
it.
are. Thank you for spoiling that, but we are in the midst of talking. Yeah. Because we used to have we used to do quiz nights. We had about 4 or 5 quiz nights before the pandemic hit. It was a really good thing that our community really loved.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring them back in a particular way. And I also wanted to look into like collabing with people. On socials, like, oh yeah, just have a little talk about that. So that should be happening at some point this year.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm just really all about like.
The only reason why I said it is because I was so excited about it.
How did you even find out about it?
Don't worry about that.
Okay, fine. Okay, all right, fine. Okay, whatever. Okay, but yeah, my big thing has always been about bringing people together. I really love bringing people together who have like a like-minded love for the things that I love.
Nice.
So like, if I'm able to hold a space for people to come and talk about comic books or the MCU, whatever it is, I would be able to do that. If I have I've done events where I've just brought a bunch of gaming people together and, giving out prizes and goodie bags and had panels and music and that kind of thing. And, I would love to be able to do more and more of that every year. And sometimes I can't, life happens.
Of course.
But this year I'm hoping to kind of, do more of that kind of thing this year for people. And not just for people, for myself too. So I really do love putting on events. My main thing, they're freaking stressful though.
I can imagine.
They are.
I can imagine.
Like from the point of them saying like, yeah, we can do it. It's like stress, and it builds and builds and like we held a festival. We had our very first festival back in March of last year.
Oh, that's hard.
Back in I think it's Ealing, the Doug Arts Centre. It's called Nerdverse 2024.
Yeah.
Like we had a really good turnout, about 100 and something people.
Sick.
And I just remember I was on autopilot that entire time. I was just like, okay, this is happening next. Where is this? Where is that? Who's doing this? And I think by the time it ended, I just collapsed because I was just. But the thing is, I do love doing it. It's just mad stressful.
Is it like when you're like planning your birthday and then you're just trying to make sure that everyone's having fun?
Yeah, literally.
But like times 10.
Times 10.
Yeah.
It's just because from the moment people walk in, you're like, okay, everything has to be perfect. Is everything in the right place? Okay, is the gaming station running? Is the controllers working?
Yeah.
Is the mics working? The lights working?
Everyone having fun.
Is everyone having fun? Is everyone like I'm there? Is everyone having a good time?
Are you enjoying
yeah,
yourself?
you good? Yeah, I'm just like
the smile isn't real.
It's like
it's until you get home and then you see the pictures and the videos.
I'm just like, oh, okay, so it wasn't it. Yeah, okay,
go again.
Okay, cool. Because I'm in the cab home. And I'm like, dude, everyone actually have a good time. Like what's the, I'm trying for Twitter. Look at the hashtags in it. What do people say? What do people say? Like, it's a good. Okay, fine, cool. I can rest. But yeah, I hope we can do a couple more events this year.
Nice.
And just keep on doing what we're doing. Like the podcast, making sure is gonna be up and popping this year as well.
Nice.
Trying to keep that consistent. Consistency is the
word.
word.
I need to see you guys consistently.
Consistency is the word for this year. It's on a whiteboard in Big Brother. It's consistency, because that's the one thing that's gonna get us to where we need to get to for this year. And I've told myself I'm not gonna be a content creator after 35.
Oh, so once you're 35.
Once I'm 35, I'm not doing any more content creation.
Okay.
So I've got another 3 years in me to kind of like bang out everything I want to do.
Yeah.
In the content creation side of things before I kind of dip into other stuff. But I just want to make this year the start of like, okay, we're gonna be consistent with whether it's the podcast or doing movie reviews or TV reviews or just like chill content or like whatever it is. Consistency is the word. So that's what I'm kind of aiming for at the moment. But yeah, the Nerd Council is literally my baby. That's That's like my love. That's the one thing that, you know, gets me up in the morning, makes me happy. You know, it's the one thing I love talking about with people.
Yeah.
You know, I can talk about it all day. I can't lie. But yeah, like and
That's it there, man.
having like the guys on the team as well. Because you know myself, Lude and Ryan have been there from the beginning.
Yeah.
And people have come and gone, people join, but like at the core is always going to be the three of us. I hope anyway. But yeah, man, I just enjoy doing it. Yeah.
It's dope, man. You guys have been around for a minute. Like you
Mhm.
said, you guys have been at the beginning where the podcast stuff kind of just started. I was listening to you guys like way back. I was super excited and super happy to see you guys when you had I think it's not Twitch, but it was like you had like an ad that was on like literally
That
a
was
global ad
that was
like,
that was
all
for
over.
Twitch. Yeah.
Oh, it was for Twitch.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah.
for the
How was it
headphone
working with
sets.
such a large platform?
Really, really easy.
Really?
I find it.
Sick.
One thing about me is if I have an idea and I can find a contact to pitch the idea to, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sick.
I
Like that.
don't do the whole thing of people waiting to come to me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I've got this idea. I know exactly how to put it off.
Yeah.
I've at least got like the bare bones of it. I just need like someone to help support it. So when I spoke to Twitch about doing what's called Twitch Spaces,
Yeah.
and when we had a discussion about putting the event, they're like, okay, cool. Here's the budget. Go. And I was like, cool. I want this venue, and I'm gonna have this vendor, and this vendor, and this vendor, and I knew what, again, stressful, but I don't shy away from like companies or brands or whatever because of who they are. It's just like your people and people. I have an idea, your idea. I need something. I need something from you. You need something from me. Let's see how that works. So like, you know, from my early days, like we were having discussions with Warner Brothers, who we're still in contact with now, and that's a relationship I always want to maintain because Warner Brothers have been really good to us over the years, and it's like you're just Warner Brothers at this point. Like I don't know how to explain it other than
You're a
it's like,
company and we're a company.
yeah,
that's
like
it.
you know, and you know, again, you have something I want, I have something you want. Let's talk about it. And if we can't talk about it, fine, I'll move on. But yeah, I don't wait for things to come to me. I'll always chase the opportunity wherever I can. And if someone needs like something from me, I'll always be happy to share that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah, I think that's dope, especially with us being like small content creators. I feel like a lot of people that kind of watch us as well are kind of the reign of like being small and kind of being like scared to talk to certain companies because they feel like they won't get any response.
See, I don't like the idea of calling myself a small content creator.
Yeah,
I think it puts me in a box mentally, and I refuse. And not to say like in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of things, we are a small content creation group, whatever you want to call it. But that doesn't mean I don't shoot big.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Cool.
Like, it's just because we are small doesn't mean that we can't get the same opportunities or opportunities similar to the bigger creators.
Yeah.
And I think it's also important to know the kind of opportunities that would work for your size of platform as a creator.
Yeah.
So, for example, I'm not expecting a company to fly me out for, you know, an event overseas, you know, type thing. But that doesn't mean that we can't do something local.
Yeah.
In, you know, something similar for wherever it is they're doing.
Yeah.
But
shoot for the stars, aim for the moon.
There we go.
Yeah, because I guess if you call yourself a small content creator, you're gonna feel like you're small all the time.
Yeah.
Opposed to just being a content creator.
And people just be like, oh, I don't have the certain numbers to do certain things. I'm gonna wait, and it's like, why wait?
That's the biggest thing. I feel like a lot of people hold themselves back by waiting to get the numbers up, and it's like, you know, there's a lot of brands that will work with you if you have engagement. If you have people that actually mess with you. You can talk to a lot of brands.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people that's watching now are in that kind of vein. Trust me, just make a list of the people you want to talk to. Figure out what you can possibly do with them and just pitch.
Have an idea.
Don't send like a basic email.
No. Come correct.
Yeah.
Come correct. Don't do this whole like my name. No. Come correct, bruv. Like make a pitch deck. Even if it's 2 slides, just come correct. Yeah. And you'll see the doors are open for you. I'm telling you.
100%, man. Well, Timi, thank you so much for coming down, man.
Thank you for having me, man.
It's been a pleasure for you to be here for this episode. You can check out Timi on the Nerd Council on all social platforms.
Yes.
That's Twitch, that's YouTube, that's Instagram, that's TikTok.
Twitter. Facebook.
Oh, shit, you're on Facebook too.
Gang. Where else are we on? Bebo, Habit Hotel.
Swear, that's not it.
No, we're not. But we're everywhere. We are everywhere. We're everywhere.
I should make an outtake. That would be lit, man. Remember that was wavy.
Oh, shit.
But yes, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. You got myself, host of the most, y'all, man, Junes. We've got Mazzavilli. Happy birthday to Mazzavilli on the socials. And of course, we've got Timi from the Nerd Council. Until next week, guys.
Peace.
Bye.